Okay, this is the second video, so video number 5B. Still goes with section 6.6, but now we're going to talk about markup and a percent shortcut as well. So first, markup. What is markup? Let's say you are Walmart. So you're the store and Walmart buys some things, and we're going to say that the store, Walmart in this case, pays for 100% of whatever they're buying, right? So this is the cost to the store cost, okay, all the way there to the end of the bar. Okay, this is still 0 and 0%, just like we saw in the last video. But now they go to sell, let's say it's a calculator. They buy this calculator at whatever the cost is to the store, and they go to sell it to the customer. Well, they're going to add on to the price here and charge the customer more, right? So that they make money. That's how Walmart makes money. So this extra bit that they added on is the markup, okay? So let's say they add on an extra 20%. Well, now the customer who's paying this amount, right, is actually paying 120% compared to what the store paid. Okay, so markup is this extra bit that they add on. This much is the markup, in this case 20%. And then we see the customer is going to pay more. They're paying 120% in this example. What the store paid is what we consider to be 100%. Okay, so let's use that to fill in our proportion now. Okay, the part is always going to be the customer. Okay, P in this case is going to be the full percent, this P right here. So it's 100 plus whatever the markup was. So we say 100 plus the markup. Always going to be more than 100% that the customer pays. And then our W, right, that lines up here with the 100 is what the store paid. So I'm going to write store. Okay? So when we write our proportion now, it's going to look like this. A over W is going to be customer over store equals the percent here, but what we're using for P is 100 plus the markup over 100. Okay? So this is our proportion that we're going to be using, but we're still going to keep it straight in these to set it up using this format right here. Okay? Couple quick facts to remember. The customer is always going to pay more. Will pay more, which means A, the part, is going to be greater than the whole, which seems backwards, right? Usually we think of the part as being less than the whole, but look out here. The customer is A, and they are paying more than the whole. So let's make sure we get those filled in here. We need to make sure we see customer is A, and store is W. Okay. So one fact, customer will always pay more. The part is going to be bigger than the whole. And the P is always going to be greater than 100. Right? It's going to be more than 100%. And that makes sense because the part is bigger than the whole. The P is going to be over 100. The markup is the amount over 100. So make sure if they're asking for how much is the markup, you're thinking about, okay, just how much extra did the store put on? So the markup is the extra that the store added. Okay, so we're going to use this proportion here and do one of each type of question as we go. So finding what the customer pays. This is sometimes referred to as the selling price. What is Walmart going to put as on the price tag when they go to sell that item, right? Okay, so if they tell us what the store paid, that's always your W. The store paid $175 for something. They marked it up an extra 33% on top of what they already paid the 100%. So we get 133 here for the percent that the customer is going to pay. And we're looking for that answer. So let's use our proportion. A over W, so customer over the store, equals 133 over 100. Okay, go ahead and cross multiply. So we're just going to cross multiply and look for A. So I did that and I got, check me on your calculator, 232.75. So let's make sure, did the customer, if they paid $232, they paid more than the store? Yep, makes sense. Okay, next one. Finding what the store pays, also known as the cost to the store. What did the store have to pay for an item? Okay, if they charged the customer $115, that's A. They marked it up an extra 43%, so on top of what they paid. So the customer ended up paying 143%. What did the store pay? So we'll use our proportion. Customer over store equals P over 100. Okay, cross multiply. So 115 times 100, and then divide that by 143. I'm going quickly through the cross multiplying here because I think we can do that part in our calculator. And I got 80.41. So does it make sense that the store paid $80 for something, marked it up an extra 43%, and charged the customer $115? Yeah, makes sense. Okay, let's turn the page. Let's do one finding the percent of the markup. Okay, so the percent of the markup, what was the extra percent that the store added on? Okay. All right. So customer pays 75. Customer is always the part. Store paid 64. And I'm trying to find how much was the markup. So I'm going to do customer 75 over the store 64 equals P over 100. Okay, a lot of people want to mix these up because we're used to putting the smaller number on top, but customer pays more, store pays less, solve for P. So, cross multiply, 75 times 100, divide that by 64. I get, let's see, I get that this P is 117%. Okay? But they don't ask for P. I could put P here, 117%. But we want to know how much is the markup. So just how much is the extra that the store added? What's the part above 100%? Oh, okay, well they added an extra 17%. Right? Yes, I solve for P like normal, but that's not all markup. Right? The markup is just this extra 17%. Okay? All right. So you're going to do these three. Pause the video here and set up these three. And then actually cross multiply and get your answers. So we're looking for how much the markup is, what does the store pay, what does the customer pay. So you've got one of each type. Pause now and work them out. Okay, I don't have the answers written down yet, but I showed my work and I want to make sure that you have this much correct so far, right? So I put in customer, put in store, and set it up. I'm going to cross multiply for P. Put in customer. Here, the markup was 115%, so I need to put in 215%. That's how much the customer is paying for. And I'm going to cross multiply for W. Again here, put in the store. If the markup is 55%, I've got to put in 155%. That's what the customer is paying for. Cross multiply for A. So make sure you have them set up correctly, then go back and cross multiply if you need to fix anything. Pause it while you finish up, and then we'll check the answers. Okay, I got, I'm just going to put my answers in here. I got 318 for the total P, so the markup was an extra 218% that the store added on. This one, I got W is equal to $414.88. And this one, when I cross multiplied for A, I got $483.60. Okay? All right. So you did those as practice. You checked them. Let's move on and talk about this shortcut. So we can use this shortcut. We call it a shortcut. It's a little bit simpler way of finding the answer for the final price. So this will not work if you're looking for the percent, or it won't work if you're looking for the like original price. If you're just looking for the final price, okay, we can use this shortcut. And to do that, find the overall percent that you pay. Okay? A lot of times you might even have problems that have tax and tip, or it's on sale and you have a coupon, or it's on sale and then you pay tax. So you might be doing more than one of these things in a problem, but we're going to think about the overall percent that you do pay, and we're going to turn that into a decimal. And we'll do more with this in class. This is just kind of the very basics, the introduction to how to use this shortcut. Okay? So for tax, taxes make your total go up. Taxes are an extra percent that you're paying on top of your total already. So you're going to add to 100%. Same thing for tip. Tip is extra, goes on top of your total bill, makes your total go higher. Again, you add to 100% for the tip. Same thing with markup. Add to 100% for a markup. And then if it's a sale, clearance, discount, coupon, anything like that, you're taking away from 100%. So subtract from 100% for those. Okay? So we just have to understand tax, tip, markup all make our costs go up. Sale, discount, clearance, anything like that would make our costs go down. Okay? So let's do the first row here. Okay, I'm going to do most of these in my head. If I'm adding on 20% tip, then overall I'm going to be paying for 120%. If I add on 8% tax, I'm going to be paying for 108% total. 110% markup would bring me to 210% that I'm paying for. 5.5% tax makes me pay for 105.5% after I take my original 100 and add on an extra 5.5%. Okay? 18% discount. Okay, now this is where it comes off of 100. So 100 minus 18, I'm paying for 82%. Okay? Let's do one more row together, and then you're going to do the last two as practice. 43% discount. Well, 100 minus 43, if that's a discount, means I'm paying for 57%. 65% markup. Great, now I have to pay for 165. 15% off, I get to take that away from 100. I'm still paying for 85%. 20% tip. Oh, we already did that one. Now I'm paying for 120%. 77% markup. Great, I have to pay for 177%. Okay? I wrote these as percents. Yes, when we do the shortcut, we'll turn them into decimals. I should have done it that way. Let's do decimals for these. Okay? So go ahead and find your overall percent that you do pay for, and then just write it in decimal form. So pause and finish the bottom two rows. Okay, let's quickly check these. I did write them as decimals now, which is how we're going to use it in the shortcut. So 115% as a decimal, 106, 330%, 117.5, 70% after I take 30% off. And then check the bottom row as well. We'll continue working with this shortcut more in class, but that finishes video 5B.